Hi everybody, it's Julie here from Sublime Jewels. Today I am going to be working on a 30 by 40 centimeter canvas, and what I'm wanting to try and do today is to do a CA swipe first and see if we can get a little bit of lacing, and then I'd like to do a bloom on it. So I got this idea from Jodie, the Painted Dreamer. So if you want to check out some of her videos as well, yeah, there's quite a lot of really good tutorials in there as well. So I'm not going to need a very thick pillow because this is going to be like what they call a floating bloom, if you like. So it's just going to kind of sit on the top, because if I put too much pillow paint on after I've swiped with my cell activator, then I'm going to lose my bloom. So we'll just pour this one out first. So the idea will be that I will kind of spread this out and give it a spin so that we just get our thin layer of pillow on, and that way then we're not going to spin off too much of our bloom once we're done. So I might need to put a bit more pillow paint on there. We'll just see. So the colours that I'm going to be using today, you would have seen at the beginning of the video, the still picture that I did, but just in case you missed that, I'm going to be using quite a few colours. I wanted to sort of get it reasonably kind of rainbowish, if you like. So today I've got the golden QNAG, or the quinacridone nickel azo gold. And just as an aside, while I remember, some of you may or may not be aware that Golden are no longer going to be making the quinacridone, the QNAG, this one here. So, you know, there's still some stores obviously that are stocking it, but it's going to be, you won't be able to get it once the stores have sold out. That will be it. So I'm sure someone will come out with an alternative in terms of a similar kind of colour. But, you know, if you're like me, I just love it, and I really like to have it in all of my paintings if I can, because it's just, I don't know, it just adds that special something, I think, to your painting. So alright, I'm just going to finish spreading this out, and I did see a bit of a glob here somewhere, so I need to make sure that I get it out, which is just here. Did I get it? I hope so. Yeah, this is always the kind of, I find the messy kind of, well, I'm messy anyway, but I find this is the kind of messy bit. There's another little bit there, I reckon. I don't know where all this gunk is coming from, but it's probably coming from the container that I had my pillow paint in. So I'm just gonna give this a torch, and then I'll give it a bit of a spin so that we don't lose too much after we've got our bloom on there. So you might be able to hear some chirping in the background. That's my female budgie. She's got babies and she's demanding food from her partner so she can feed her babies. So it sounds a little bit like crickets, but it's birds. So hopefully not too distracting for you. Okay. So the cell activators that I'm using today, oh no, sorry, I didn't finish telling you the colours. So yeah, in case you didn't see it, I've got the golden Cunag, I've got Atelier, Quinacridone, Red Violet. I'm doing the Deco Art Extreme Sheen Sapphire, Pearlex, oh gosh, there always has to be a bit of an accident, doesn't there? That's all right. Pearlex, now that I've got white all over it, Duo Blue Violet, or Red Violet, Red Blue, something like that. The Pebeo Iridescent Green Yellow, and this is an iridescent yellow, and I can't tell you off the top of my head actually who is the maker of that one at the moment. My cell activators today, I'm using Amsterdam Turquoise Blue with Australian Floetrol and a mix of Floetrol 3 to 1 part paint, and my white cell activator today is the Amsterdam Titanium White with Australian Floetrol as well. Okay, so let's see if we can get through this without any more accidents. So what I'm going to do first is, as I said to you, I want to get a bit of lacing going on sort of around the outside of my my bloom. So I'm going to actually put some of the blue CA on my palette knife, and then I'm going to swipe probably, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe these ways. You know, we'll see how it looks. I'm not too concerned if it's not kind of even, because some of that lacing will probably come off anyway. So, and I haven't spinned this, I didn't spin the canvas as I was going to, so okay, so I'm just going to go along here first. I really like that. I really like that colour, and I think it's probably going to go quite well with the other colours that I've chosen. So you don't want a real thick kind of layer of cell activator, you just want enough so that it's going to kind of glide over your pillow paint. Otherwise you get sort of really thick blobs of CA, and then you sort of have to kind of blow them out, which you don't really want to do at this point. So I've gone that way one way, so we'll go this way this time. And it's just a matter of gliding, and look, it is actually harder than it looks, and it's really just practice. But you know, it's not one of those things that I often get perfect. So I've got a little bit here. I'm just going to see if I can gently bring that down there. Okay, and then always make sure that you wipe off the back of your palette knife before you load your next lot of cell activator onto it. Okay, so we'll load her up again. And again, just kind of gently smooth that across your palette knife so that you've just got a thin amount covering there. Okay, so that when I tilt it, nothing falls off. Okay, so we'll come back this way again. And I reckon we'll do one more. I've probably only got enough in my container for one more anyway. And then that will be it. And I'm just going to let that sit while I do my bloom. So let's see if I've got enough. Yeah, we'll make it work. As I said, I'm not too fussed if it doesn't, you know, if it doesn't go all the way. So we'll just see if we can get a bit here. Okay. All right. You can see that that's creating some nice cells there. So let's try and move this into them. It just seems like it's not sitting right there. Okay. All right. So let's move the cell activator out of the way. So now I'm pretty much going to layer my colours the way that I sang them out to you. So I'm going to start with the quinacridone, and I do like this colour, so I'm going to put a fair bit down on this one. Not too worried if I don't cover all of it, like here, because I've got quite a number of colours that I'm going to be using. It'll be enough paint to, you know, to do the bloom and to cover what I want, because I want the bloom to pretty much stay, you know, on the canvas, not lose it over the edge. So go down next with our violet. It's a really pretty colour, and it really works well too with the golden azo gold. So that was the Atelier quinacridone red violet. Next we'll go down with our DecoArt Extreme Sheen Sapphire. This is another really pretty colour. Yeah. Our Pearlex Duo Violet Red. It's a really pretty colour, that one. Really pretty. I'll check a bit of that because I really like that colour. Then our Pebeo Iridescent Green Yellow. That, and then we'll go down with our last colour, which is the iridescent yellow that I can't remember who that's by. I wasn't sure whether I was going to use a double cell activator, coupling that Amsterdam turquoise blue that I put down on the base, but obviously because I've run out, that decision's been taken away because I don't have any left to use now. So I'm just going to use the Amsterdam. So I've got a few bubbles going on there, which I need to get rid of. But I'm going to give it a little bit of a torch, a quick torch before I blow this out anyhow. Okay. Oh. All right. So now we'll go down with our white cell activator. And let's see how we go. Okay, probably not the best blowout, but it's not the worst either. I'll just center that a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be really happy with these colors. So I'm just going to let that sit just for a little second. And then what I'm going to do is, while I'm waiting for those, is perhaps just get my straw and just try and blow this out a little bit more. And obviously the trick with these is to get a good blowout, so this is not my best, but that's okay. But yeah, just allowing that to not rush it, because you want that cell activator to kind of sink down and then your cells to come up. So now I'm just going to give this another little bit of a torch, because I can see that there's some bubbles in there that didn't come up the first time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and just do a little bit of designing, I suppose, if you like, into here. So I'm just going to drag some of these in. Also with the white, as you might know, you don't get cells so much as you get lacing. You're more likely to sort of get your bigger cells when you're using the black, the Amsterdam black, or whatever sort of black that you like to use as your cell activator. So I'm just coming in here just to do some patterns. And then I'm going to just try and gently do some swirly bits around here. I find this is quite helpful when if you haven't got, you know, much cell action on the outside, then, you know, doing these kind of swirly things gives you, you know, a better look. You get a better pattern around the outside of those petals. And, you know, it's not necessary, but I think it might just help a little bit. And it breaks up those paint colours as well here, you know, where you haven't sort of got a good mixture of that happening. So I might just go in here. And I might just bring out some of these as well. And all these little patterns and things that you do, they all just kind of help just to, you know, give you a better composition, I guess. I've got quite a lot of pillow paint on there, so I can tell you right now I'm going to be doing quite a bit of spinning off of this. I actually quite like doing this bit. I actually find it quite, I don't know, relaxing, I suppose. It's a bit like I also really love mixing up paints. I don't know why that is, but I just really find that quite enjoyable, quite relaxing. Okay, I think I might just leave it there. All right, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a spin, not too fast, and we'll just see where this wants to go. More this way. Okay. You can just see here there's a kind of a little bit of a divot. If I don't put a bit of paint there, that is not going to cover and spin off. So all right, I think it's reasonably centered, so I'm just going to perhaps give it a little bit of a bit harsher spin now. Yep. Bring it out the other way. Those colours around the outside are sort of looking quite, I don't know, opalistic. Is that a word? Opalistic? That That's what it kind of looks like. Opal-like, I guess. Kind of reminds me a little bit of those, you know, when you see them make those candies and they make it into long pipes and then they cut it into sections. That middle bit sort of reminds me of those rock candies, I think they're called. I'm just going to give it a bit of a tilt and we'll just see where we're at. Yeah, we've still got a bit of movement to go. And I don't particularly think it needs to go one way or the other, so I'm gonna keep spinning it. Now I can spin it harder like this, because there are big cells on there. There's that lacing. I'm not going to distort the cells as you would if you're perhaps using the black cell activator. And see, these here are spreading out quite nice. I really like this lacing here. It's a shame there's not a bit more there. And also you can see, because my blowout wasn't all that perfect, we've still got this kind of, you know, we haven't got that mix of colours going on here. But that's right, we'll just keep spinning and see how we go. Yeah, that's coming up nicely. Go the other way. Okay, so we'll just do another tilt and we'll just see where we're at. Just grab my palette knife so I can get underneath here. So you always want to give it a bit of a tilt just to see how much movement you've actually got left of paint, because if you've got too much paint left going on, that's where you can end up getting the cracking, and that's really disappointing when that happens. I'm going to give it one more spin. There is just a little bit of movement in the middle, and then it'll probably be enough, I reckon. Okay. Yep. So I'm just now going to just tidy up that little bit in the middle there and just give it a very small little swell, just like that, and just kind of finishes it off. So just give it one final torch to make sure we've got all those bubbles out, because I can still see some. You can see them coming up possibly. Okay, so there you have it. That is a bloom on a swipe. I'm going to just bring that up for you now, just so you can have a look. Not sure if you can see the shine there from the iridescent yellow. But those colours are just gorgeous. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and please subscribe. I'll come back and we'll show you the dried result later. Thanks guys. So here we are. This is the dried result. So I'm reasonably happy with that and the way that it's turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thanks again for watching.